Hello, my beautiful people. I'm Mina. Welcome back to another nighttime pouring episode. In our last pour, we did a really beautiful ring pour called Catherine's Rose. And while I was tilting it out, at one point I went to one corner and then the other corner, and it was really, really cool because it was this beautiful pink and purpley sort of ring, and it had a lot of negative space on either side. And I asked HOA and you guys during the premiere if you thought it would be cool to do some negative space stuff, and you guys all said yes. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Let me go ahead and show you my colors in a second. First, this is a 24 by 24 inch gallery wrapped canvas. I have taped the back and put my push pins in. That's ready to go. Let's show you the colors. Okay, first we are using Amsterdam Naples Yellow Light. Very, very pretty. My pouring medium tonight is Liquitex Gloss Medium and some paint and some Floetrol. Fairly thick, leaving a mound on a mound because I want to do a ring pour. I want to have more body to it so it'll hold the shape of my rings. So that's our Naples Yellow Light, the beautiful color. We're also using from Amsterdam Bronze, which I really, really love this color. I used this one in Dreamscape and it was just very, very pretty in the center. We also used this one in Spirit of the Tree Clouds too, that elephant looking one. It's really fun. Okay, then I have, every time we start to paint my nose starts itching. Golden's Prussian Blue hue. Beautiful, beautiful color. Mound on a mound before it melts. As you can see, it's like it's slightly thinner than that one, but I don't want the white to spread too much, or that Naples yellow to spread out too much, so it's kind of thick. This is our turquoise from Golden's, and to this I have added about a teaspoon of the 24 karat gold because my friend Lee Massey told me to do that, and it's really pretty. It's this gorgeous peacocky sort of color shift magic that I'm digging on. Go away, bug. Don't land in my paint. There's a lace wing flying around. Okay, so that's the turquoise with a little bit of gold. I'm just going to call it turquoise though. And then last but not least, I have some of that same turquoise, but this is thinner, that I'm going to use as a base coat. And this is not leaving a mound, pretty much melting as soon as it hits the surface. I also have a cup of Amsterdam Titanium White, just in case something happens and I change my mind. So let's get started. Actually, first we're going to layer a cup. So for a 24 by 24 inch gallery wrap canvas, you need about 21 ounces of paint. Because I want to leave negative space, I don't want to use 21 ounces of paint, especially since we're going to be putting down this pretty turquoise base coat. So we're going to use a 16 ounce cup and hope for the best and see how that goes. Because I don't want to have too much tilting. I want to tilt it to one side and then the other, and then maybe just a little bit, but I do want to leave negative space on both sides. And if I use a 21 ounce pour, then I'm going to have to tilt off a whole bunch of extra paint and probably it'll irritate me. So we're going to use a 16 ounce cup and see how that goes. So, okay, we're going to start with a little bit of the bronze in the center. And then we're going to put some of that Naples yellow, just a little bit. Naples Yellow Light. And then I'm going to come in with the turquoise. That's so pretty. And then we're going to use our Prussian Blue. Okay, now we're going to use our Naples Yellow Light again. And some of the bronze. This is one of the things that's been really fascinating for me throughout pouring is, you know, I mentioned to you guys a couple of weeks ago, I felt like I'd almost been colorblind after I started pouring, before I was pouring, because there was such an appreciation of color. Like, I mean, this is just magical to me. And then when you start mixing your own colors and playing with your own colors, you want to use a lot of them. So one of the very interesting things for me has been reining myself in and only using 2 or 3 or 4 colors. Usually I like 5 the most, but 2 or 3 colors can do amazing things. In Catherine's Rose, we took out the white, we took out the caput mortuum, and we just used the maroon and the gold and that quinacridone rose, and it was amazing. It was so much gradation and definition from the 24 karat gold. It was beautiful. So anyway, I really like seeing what just 2 or 3 or 4 colors can do, because then I like to be able to identify them and say, oh, there's my Prussian blue, there's my turquoise. Okay, I'm just putting a little bit of white between those two. Nice layer of Prussian. Come back to the bronze again. And then we're going to do some turquoise. A little bit of the Naples yellow. And then we're going to end it with 1 layer of Prussian on top of that. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to put just a touch of white on there, because we're going to have this turquoise base coat, and I want it to show up. Okay. Alrighty. Let's switch these two. Go away, bug. Go away.
Zenji.
Is he here?
Mr. Zenji.
Yeah.
Mr. Zenji.
Hi, baby. My hands are dirty. I'm not going to pick you up.
Mr. Zenji. Mr. Zenji.
Hi, honey. How you doing, love? You want to paint with us? Here, come sit up here. You can walk around over there. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Are you ready, husband of awesomeness?
ILS, Semper Paratus.
Okay, we're going to do a ring pour in the middle, and we're going to tilt it off to the sides. Here we go. Bit of a squiggle on the end there. Maybe we could fix that. Not so much. Okay, maybe not. A little bit of blue in here. That's better.
Excellently done.
That's really pretty. Okay, let's torch this. Thank you, my love. Now, again, the goal is just to leave negative space. That's what I want to do. I'm actually going to tilt this one around first. I think we're going to go off of this edge first. Let me take this back down to that edge just so it's in the middle again. Do you think we should take it this way just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to take this side just a little bit that way, just to open up those rings just a little bit. You could even just leave one side negative space. How does that look? What do you think? So we can really open up this edge too.
It's really cool.
Yeah. We're gonna stop right up there, and then I'm just gonna put some attention onto the edges. That looks pretty awesome. Yeah?
Yeah, that's really groovy.
Okay. I'm just going to touch up these edges and corners over here where I was touching it to tilt it. And then we are going to actually be done. So the best way to do that is just get a little bit of paint on your stick and kind of put it on the edge and then let it like flow over this side. And then it'll float down and cover up the sides and edges. So when you have a color that you're using as your base coat, always keep a little bit extra for the very, very end so that you can do exactly this and touch up your corners and your edges and make sure everything is covered, especially if it's a custom color.
Let's check this out again.
It'll roll down too. I don't want to put too much on there. Okay, let's torch this one more time. That's really pretty. I think we need to go this way just a little bit more. Or this way.
Not really.
I kind of want to just open this up just a little bit more.
As you wish.
But you think it's good? This
Yeah.
way? I just want to take it down that way just a tiny bit. Because there's some really pretty lines over here that I'd like to open up just a little bit more. Leave it like that or bring it back to the middle, you think?
No, that's cool.
I kind of like it like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I concur.
So I'm going to call this one done, and I'm going to walk away before I tilt it out. So to recap, this is a 24 by 24. I wanted to do a pour leaving negative space, so instead of using 21 ounces of paint like we needed to completely cover the canvas, I only used 16 ounces of paint in the center and didn't tilt it off these two corners. So this is looking really beautiful to me in here, all of these individual lines. I love that turquoise color, it's really pretty, especially with the Prussian blue. I love that bronze in the center. That's really cool. I like all these lines, I like all these lines. Yeah, this is really pretty. So hopefully we don't have too much of a base coat on there in the corners, like I can kind of see a little bit of a lip, but it'll be okay because the base coat was very thin, so it'll be fine. So this is awesome. I will show you guys this one when it's dry. We'll be right back. Alright, so this is a few days later now. There's some things about this one I really, really love. The center on this turned out really beautiful. That gorgeous swirl with the bronze and that amazing turquoise and the Prussian, and then over here this gradation and these beautiful sharp lines. So pretty. Hope you guys can see that part. These almost look like they're glowing. I really like the composition. I like how it's does have the negative space there, and that color for the base coat is amazing. So those are the things that I love about this. I also love this corner. Really gorgeous. Again, beautiful lines, the shimmer of the metallics, just gorgeous stuff. So the thing that I'm unhappy about this is actually that base coat. So you can see some marks where I used my spatula, and slightly, not a bald spot, but a little thin right there. And then down here in this corner also. So I'm not happy about that part. And I address actually this issue in the next video with the base coat, because this is a learning process. This is definitely a journey, and figuring out how to fix something and how to not have a negative result is really important. So we do talk about that in the next video. Sorry, Gail's blowing and I'm worried that it's gonna knock the easel over. I can see the bougainvillea moving. So what I will do with this one is, once it's completely dry, I will mix up some more of that color, the 24 karat gold, a little bit of it with the turquoise phthalo from Golden, and I will simply paint it on this edge to fix both of these because I'm not happy with how that looks right now. But I love the pour itself, and thankfully it's not a hard fix to do. So we will talk more about base coats and consistency and applying them a little bit more in the next video, which I've done already, and I'm so excited to show you guys because it's really pretty. But for this one right now, this kind of looks like this floating galaxy to me. So I think that's what we're going to call it. I really do love that negative space effect. I like how we have a little bit of the lighter blue and the white on the edge, because it almost gives it a glowing halo-ish effect around that whole sort of very three-dimensional floating galaxy in there. So that's what we're going to call this one, is Floating Galaxy. And I thank you guys so much for being here with us today. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Oh my God, there's a lizard right there. She just scared the heck out of me. Hi, buddy. Hi. Wait, okay, no, stay away from Okay. All right, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Thank you so much for being here with us. Bye-bye.